Cruise shipping is the fastest growing segment of the travel industry. Last year, more than 20 million people took their holiday on a cruise ship. It's a fantastic way to see several destinations in a single trip. But is it possible to enjoy a cruise holiday without leaving a large carbon footprint? Carnival Corporation, the largest cruise line in the world, says yes you can, and I'm pleased to say I'm with Jim Van Langen and Elaine Helderveer from Carnival Corporation. Jim, let's start with you. What has Carnival Corporation done to reduce its emissions?
The reduction in the rate of carbon emissions is actually related to the actual quantity of fuel that gets consumed and the rate at which we consume fuel. And that has an economic impact as well as an environmental impact. The way in which we reduce our fuel consumption is by making our ships more efficient. 60% of the fuel consumption goes into the movement of the ship through the water. That's where the energy goes. If you do it slower, you can save fuel and therefore save money. The second largest load is the air conditioning plant, not running air conditioning systems when they're not actually required. There are a very wide range of technologies that are being employed on a ship. If we can make those more efficient, then we're able to reduce our energy footprint and thereby reduce our carbon emissions footprint.
Tell me about your exhaust gas cleaning technology. What is it and what does it do?
The exhaust gas cleaning technology that we are applying on our ships uses a proprietary technology to remove the oxides of sulfur that come from combustion of fuel that has sulfur in it. It's a win for the environment, and it's also a win for the company because we have a more cost-effective solution than burning more expensive low-sulfur fuel. It is pioneering the use of this technology on cruise ships and also on ships in general, because a lot of companies have been reluctant to enter this particular market, and we've made the decision to be a pioneer and to make this investment and to actually work on developing the technology. Some of it is new technology, some of it is shore-based technology which is being adapted for shipboard use. We're doing both, and we set the pace for doing what needed to be done in this industry.
Elaine, what challenges do you face installing this technology in your existing fleet?
Well, it has several challenges because what most people don't understand or perhaps don't realize is that you can't just take a piece of technology or equipment that works very well in a land-based operation and then just put it on a ship and expect it to work. We wish it was like that. Unfortunately, it's not. You have to marinize it, so to speak, and that means that you have to adjust it, you have to tweak it, you have to do more research and development. What we're working on, there's no magic bullet, there's not one single solution that fits for a fleet of over 100 ships. And let's say you're moving into a new house and you have your furniture. The previous house, everything, you moved it in, fine, no problem. Now your new house, you have this very narrow stairwell. So how are you going to bring your furniture into their stairwell? So you have to be creative. How am I going to do it? But that's how you learn. If you don't do that, you just won't learn and you won't advance technology as well. But it's not that easy.
Jim, what is driving Carnival Corporation's commitment to sustainability?
This whole approach is values-based. We are committed to protecting the environment, particularly the marine environment where our vessels sail every day, and conserving the Earth's resources. That is clearly articulated in our HES policy, and HES policy addresses health, environment, safety, and security, as well as sustainability. It articulates the basic values that we believe in. And then it goes on to say how we're going to actually do that. But it's a values-based approach, protecting the environment, protecting the health and safety of our guests and our crew members. It's as important to deal with these non-financial aspects of the business as the financial aspects.
What I would add to that is that our communities are extremely important. We go over more than 700 ports annually. That's a lot of places. So we work with our communities, we work with our ports, and we want to make sure that it's a win-win for them and for us. And the way we do that is that we communicate clearly what's going on with the ship, how we do things. That's important.
Are you getting calls from your shareholders, your other stakeholders, your passengers to improve your sustainability record?
It's important to our guests who come first and foremost in our business, but it's also important to us to recognize it as not simply a matter of a policy or a procedure or a standard. It's actually the right thing to do, as our chairman has told us in the past. It is the right thing to do, which is why we're doing this. All of these activities that we've talked about and all of these initiatives and the technologies that we are applying or we're going to be applying are all driven towards fulfilling those values that we talked about earlier. We literally live and work in the sea and on the sea. So if the sea is clean and the air above the sea is clean, then we have a clean environment in which we live and work. It preserves it for not just for the generation that's out there right now, but also preserves it for the future.
Also, we connect people to the sea, not only our employees, our crew members, but also all of our guests. When you are on board one of our ships, you do get closer to the marine environment and what that represents. And so in another level, we actually make them feel connected to it and want to make sure that they want to preserve it as well.
What we must do, and I think that I would encourage anyone in the industry to do, is to avoid complacency. In essence, never be satisfied,
Yeah.
but also say that we can
Continuously.
continually work on improving what we're doing, setting new goals, setting new targets, setting new objectives, moving forward, and when you achieve those goals and targets, then you look at it again and you set some more. So as we continually improve our activities and our focus on that, we'll continue to get better as a company and continue to protect the environment and live sustainably.